I'm Don Aaron with the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department. This is a video news release concerning an exchange of gunfire between a woman and a Metro police officer on Friday morning, March 12th. The officer was wounded and is hospitalized. The woman was fatally wounded and died at a local hospital. You are about to see body-worn and in-car camera footage so that you can have a better understanding of what occurred based on what we know up to now. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and this police department conduct thorough use of force investigations. This investigation is at the early stages and will take time to complete. A word of caution. The images and information you are about to see may be disturbing and difficult to watch. Viewer discretion is advised, especially for children and sensitive viewers. Just after 9:30 a.m., Field Training Officer Josh Baker from the East Precinct was patrolling in the area of Brick Church Pike and Ewing Drive when he spotted a black 2015 Chevrolet Camaro. Officer Baker was aware that the registered owner of the Camaro, convicted felon DeMond Buchanan, had 6 outstanding drug warrants charging 5 felonies and 1 misdemeanor that were issued last month for possession of heroin, cocaine, methamphetamine, ecstasy, Xanax, and crack cocaine. Officer Baker radioed to check on the airborne status of a police helicopter, believing that the driver of the Camaro might try to flee.
23. 23. Everyone's still available.
The Camaro stopped in the parking lot of the Dollar General store. Officer Baker found that it was being driven not by the wanted drug felon, but by Nika Nicole Holbert.
23. Everything's 10-4 right now. He's not in here.
10-4. You want me to give everyone a single line?
10-4.
While Ms. Holbert essentially complied with Officer Baker's directives during the first few minutes of their interaction, her compliance changed after Officer Baker found what appeared to be marijuana and a powder substance in her bag and attempted to detain her while waiting for backup officers. As you will see, Officer Baker drew his non-lethal taser to safely bring Ms. Holbert into custody. Officer Baker drew his service pistol when he saw that Ms. Holbert had pulled a gun. As he demanded that she put the gun down, Holbert shot Baker. He returned the fire.
Just bring your bag out here. Ma'am, stop going through it. Step right back here. What did you take out of it? Okay. All right, listen. Just come back here. I think we're getting off on the wrong foot, okay?
Because I'm really confused on why I'm getting
He's
charged.
got several warrants.
Okay, that has nothing to do with you.
You don't know who's in the car.
Nobody's in my car.
Well, now I know that. However, now I'm going to address the other problems.
Okay, so you want my bag and all my belongings.
So just step right back here.
Can I use the restroom?
And let you know there's been audio and video recorded. Just to let you know.
Okay.
23. If you did have one more, that would be good.
10-4. Dispatch any near Ewing Drive and for church, Ewing Drive and for church.
Can we step back here?
21 to 23. Do you need me code 3?
No, you're going to just go 2. So it's just in here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was there?
Well, I'm about 5 minutes from you.
Is this?
Hey, Mom, I need you to come to Alpha Trinity Lane right there where Steve told me to go.
23 to 25.
I just got pulled over because my name is on the board. And we wanted to know if you were going to call me, but you're not in the phone. But I do got with you.
Hey, are you available?
I'm walking and I was pulling up.
It's going to be in a couple minutes.
Brick Church
Brick Church.
and Ewing.
13, can I have you started around? You're about 4 minutes away. Disregard on that.
My lighter?
Yeah, Yeah, I'm not done with that though. Where's your lighter at?
In the car.
13. It says you're about 7 minutes away
I'll
from
get it
on
for you in a
that.
second, okay?
So you would drive
Oh,
for
right there
church
in your-
and the Dollar General. Can I have you start from 23?
You scaring me.
Thank you.
Here, do me a favor.
No, hold
Turn
on.
around.
Don't put me in handcuffs. I haven't done anything wrong.
Ma'am,
No, don't put me
you're about to get paid. Get out! Get out on the ground! Down on the ground! Step out. Ma'am! Put the gun down! Put the gun down! 42 shots fired! Shots fired!
10-4, 13 keep at that code 3.
I'm good. Step out. Ma'am! Put the gun down! Put the gun down! 42 shots fired! Shots fired!
10-4, 13 keep at that code 3.
I'm good.
Officer Baker was shot in the side of his torso. The round went under his bulletproof vest. Holbert tossed her semi-automatic pistol in the parking lot before fleeing in the Camaro. She drove for about a block before running off the road at the intersection of Brickchurch Pike and Moorwood Drive. Officers rendered aid for her gunshot wounds until an ambulance arrived. She died later Friday morning at a local hospital. Officer Baker is in stable condition after undergoing surgery. In the coming days, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and the Davidson County District Attorney's Office will continue to investigate and analyze this incident. By policy, the MNPD will also be conducting an administrative review of the tactics and interaction you have just seen to ensure that they meet the high standards expected of our officers. Thank you for watching this video news release.
You cannot say the cops were in the wrong on this one. You can't. You saw the whole video. You know, the woman was in the wrong. And this goes to show, you know, I'm betting the fact that that car that had all those outstanding warrants, that man that it belonged to was her boyfriend. Or someone she had no business dealing with. MNPD released dash body camera footage and shooting that killed woman, injured officer. Oh boy. Metro Nashville police released video footage of a shootout that injured an officer and killed a woman Friday morning. East Precinct Officer Josh Baker was shot in the torso Friday morning while performing a traffic stop on a car whose owner was wanted on outstanding warrants. As of Friday night, he remains in stable condition after surgery at Vanderbilt University Medical Center. Dash and body-worn camera footage released Friday night by MNPD shows that around 9 a.m., while Baker was patrolling Brickchurch Pike, he came across a black 2015 Chevrolet Camaro registered to Demond M. Buchanan, who was wanted on 6 outstanding warrants related to drug charges. The car stopped in the parking lot of a Dollar General on Brick Church Pike, at which point Baker discovered that the driver was actually Nikki Nicole Holbert, 31. Police spokesman Don Aaron said Holbert was not licensed to drive. Aaron said Saturday, "Oh, you're driving without a driver's license?" Holbert initially complied with Baker's directions. Aaron said dispatch audio provided by MNPD shows Baker telling dispatchers that everything was initially okay after the stop. The officer then discovered what appeared to be marijuana and a white powder substance and attempted to detain her, at which point he requested backup. Officers' footage shows Baker's body-worn camera footage shows that he instructed Holbert to stop rifling through her bag and to hand it over to him. He was smart for doing that. "Listen," he told her when Holbert went back to the vehicle, "just come back here. I just think we're getting off on the wrong foot." See, this guy wasn't out there to bust her chops. He wasn't out there to, be a racist. He was trying to help her out. Of course, she was going to be in trouble because she had white powdered substance and she was not licensed to drive. So he was helping out. The little he could do for her was to calm down and don't do nothing stupid. You're already in the hot seat. You had no business driving a car with no license. Baker explained to her that he pulled her over because the car's owner was wanted on several warrants. Holbert said she was alone in the car. Baker told her that his body-worn camera was recording audio and video of the incident. Video footage shows that Holbert called someone whom she identified as her mom and said she needed to come to the scene. When Baker discovered the apparent drugs, he informed Holbert he was stepping away to place them in his police vehicle. Things escalated when Baker attempted to detain Holbert. She grabbed her bag and ran away from the car, who told her she was about to get tased. He pulled out his stun gun and the woman screamed and ran into the vehicle, at which point Baker deployed the weapon on her, the video footage shows. Seconds later, Baker took a step back and screamed at the woman to put the gun down. The footage showed the two exchanging gunfire. The shot that hit Baker's torso knocked him backwards in the parking lot. He immediately called dispatch to inform them he had been struck. Aaron said Holbert threw the pistol into the parking lot, which was later discovered by investigators. Holbert then drove the car away from the scene, soon crashing it into the bushes and ditch at the intersection of Brick Church Pike and Morewood Drive. Emergency crews on the scene rendered aid to Holbert and transferred her to Skyline Medical Center, where she died. She wasn't going to survive that because she already got shot and she got into a car accident. So she even caused more injuries to herself. A 14-year veteran, Baker is a legacy police officer. Aaron said his father, Danny Baker, was commander of the East Precinct, at one point a captain with the Metro Nashville Police Department. "Thank you for your service, Mr. Baker." Law enforcement agencies across Middle Tennessee shared words of support after learning that Baker had been shot. "What happened today is a reminder that being a police officer anywhere can be a dangerous job. My thoughts and prayers are with Officer Baker, with the family of everyone involved," Mayor John Cooper said in a statement. The TBI is investigating, as is Metro Nashville Community Oversight, the city's independent law enforcement review agency. The MNCO will investigate to see if any MNPD policies were violated by Baker. Now you're going to have the liberal media going to try and put a spin on it, put a narrative on it that he was this big bad boogeyman, this big bad racist. They came up and picked on this poor innocent Nika Holbert. No. What was she doing driving a car with no license? What was she doing driving a car with outstanding warrants? Come on. The cops were looking for him. Outstanding. They're still in effect. She's not innocent. You're going to have some black people, some liberal blacks, of course, that are going to say, oh, she's not guilty. She's innocent. She didn't have to die. You're right. She didn't have to die. She should have gave herself up after the fact that she was driving without a license. And she had a gun. And she had white powdered substance in her car. Don't tell me it's bath salts. Don't tell me it's baking soda. It's probably crack cocaine. The black community has to learn to separate itself from the drug culture and to shame anybody else who's into that drug lifestyle, and to tell their loved ones, especially their daughters, not to associate with these type of men, these Pookie and Ray Rays. Tell your sons not to be into the drug game. Encourage them to find jobs, work 2 jobs to make the money they want. To invest in school, to invest in business, entrepreneurship. But no. Cops aren't to blame for this. Okay? Miss Holbert caused this on herself. Okay? She caused this on herself for driving that car, knowing she's not allowed to drive. She doesn't have the right to drive. She doesn't have a license. And the man who is wanted for drug charges, who has this car, he's also responsible. They both have a part to play in this mess. It's sad to say that you will have Black Lives Matter and other liberal groups trying to get in this and trying to spin this, trying to make this a race thing. And it's not a race thing at all. No way, shape, or form. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Later.